How's it going, guys? I'm Robert from Machado Visuals, and I want to talk about Apple's new AirTags. Now, I promise I'm not becoming another tech YouTuber, but these new gizmos really piqued my interest when thinking about how they could help me keep track of gear, specifically while traveling. For those not in the know, AirTags are Apple's new solution to locate lost items. Most people will attach them to keys or hide them in wallets to easily find them when they're lost. I constantly lose track of my keys, and I've used Tile for years, but I constantly had unreliable connections and they often didn't work as well as I wanted them to. Part of that is because Tiles have traditionally used Bluetooth, whereas AirTags use ultra-wideband technology that operate at a much higher frequency to capture both spatial and directional data. If you have a newer iPhone, you can use the Find My app to pinpoint your AirTags location when you're nearby or make it play a noise to audibly locate the item. I found that they have a range of about 30 to 50 feet depending on line of sight. Now, I don't often lose track of equipment cases, but one of the biggest selling points is that it uses nearby iPhones as a network to constantly update its location. Tile's actually done this for years, but in my opinion, you're much more likely to come across an iPhone than you are a Tile. My initial plan was to stick a few AirTags and a few pieces of kit that are most often rented so I can keep an eye on its location, but I recently had a travel job and they proved particularly useful at the airport. After checking in 8 meaty bags, it was nice being able to keep tabs on all our expensive gear. Locations were updated pretty frequently, even when baggage was being loaded onto the plane. However, this feature was most helpful at the baggage claim. Since a lot of our gear is oversized, it often gets sent to different pickup areas because it can't fit on a standard sized belt. This is different per airport and sometimes isn't really that obvious, so it was extremely helpful being able to eliminate the guesswork and see which gear was arriving on the belt and which were sent to oversize, as well as having a better idea of where the oversized area is. I could also see this being useful in the unfortunate event that bags don't make it through. Rather than waiting around for a bag that isn't going to come, you could easily check and verify its location on a map. I can't recall the last time my bags didn't make a flight, but this would be handy just in case. Even while on the job site, you can see the location being updated from what looks like security locking up. You can also have an AirTag send you a push notification the next time it's seen from another iPhone. There aren't a ton of mounting options available right now, so I've just been slipping them under the lid of my Pelican cases underneath the foam. I've actually ordered a bunch of hardshell mounts from Moment that look pretty slick, and I plan on mounting them underneath bottom foam so they stay low profile and not as easy to access. That leads me to another point. In MKBHD's video, he mentioned that it might be a good idea to leave the AirTag easily shown in the event that it gets lost so others can visibly identify who it belongs to. In my opinion, this approach is way too optimistic for the human condition, and I'd bet that if someone found an AirTag on your gear, they would just remove the battery or throw it away so their location isn't tracked. For my money, I'd hide the AirTag so in the event that a piece of gear is stolen, you'd be able to get a location without the perpetrator knowing. That being said, there is a conversation to be had regarding privacy and malicious intent. Apple's already thought of this, and if an AirTag remains nearby without its owner, it'll send you a notification saying that an AirTag seems to be following you. It seems that the magic number is around 3 days before it triggers a notification, which would be a good buffer for equipment rentals, but I could see Apple shortening this duration due to privacy concerns. If you appreciate my content here on YouTube, consider checking out my Patreon where I post longer form BTS content and other industry tips that have helped me along the way. Hopefully this video is helpful in some way. I thought it'd be helpful to share this specific use case, and these are obviously designed for people who own Apple products and is dependent on having iPhones around, but you can pretty much count on that at any airport. I know a few production companies that leave GPS trackers inside their Pelican cases when they travel, but that usually includes some sort of subscription fee, while an AirTag is a one-time purchase of $30 that works passively in the background.
I just stepped on a chicken wing.
If you have any questions, obviously feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
What does it say? Please take your value card. Thanks.
Don't park in short-term parking. Wants to pay $108.